Hello, guys. I greet you all according to the time you are using wherever you are listening, watching from. Guys, what actually happens to this CEO of Access Bank? I mean, about Wigwe is a lesson for we all to learn from. Please watch this segment to the end.
And his family were headed to Las Vegas to watch the Super Bowl when the helicopter crashed near a border city between Nevada and California on Friday, February 9th, around 10 p.m. Access Holdings confirmed the death of Wigwe in a statement on Sunday, describing him as a key driving force and a larger-than-life personality who brought his remarkable passion, energy, and experience to the transformation of the Access franchise since joining the bank in 2002. I had the pleasure of interviewing Herbert Wigwe in July 2019, and he gave an insight to his values, personal style, and his most treasured possessions. Hello, Herbert.
Yes, OG, please come in.
Thank you for having us today.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I could be fooled that we're in a gallery.
Well, we enjoy collecting, and so this represents some of the pieces that we have, so yes.
I can see you're such a huge art lover. What is your favorite piece in this room?
I think each piece means something to me. I like all of them for different reasons. You know, there are several that inspire me, but I think I kind of like each and every one of them for a different reason.
What is your must-have artwork?
My must-have artwork? Different, difficult to say, but I think I have a lot of Ben Enwonwu's, you know, because he did great pieces.
Trick question. You just said Ben Enwonwu. So I'll ask you, the Mona Lisa or Ben Enwonwu's tutu?
If you're African, it's Africa's Mona Lisa. And tutu is truly beautiful. It's a beautiful piece. Beautiful. And a lot of history behind it, by the way.
Can we take a walk towards your gallery/office? Because I see, walking in here, I saw so many art pieces that you have. But before we do that, what gives you joy?
What gives me joy? Watching my people be the best that they can be.
What was the last country you visited?
Ghana.
Why Ghana?
We do have a business there, and so I go quite often. We have meetings out there, yes.
Do you have your phone with you?
Not here.
Where's your phone?
It's in my office.
Can we have someone get his phone for me? So you have your phone right here. All right. So tell me, how much time do you spend on social media?
It depends on what you mean. If it is on WhatsApp messages, on WhatsApp, I would say cumulatively in a day, maybe, what would you say, 4 hours? 3 to 4 hours?
Really? Twitter or Instagram?
No, Twitter more like.
All right. In a tweet, tell your followers something people don't know about you.
Very difficult. I think I'm a very transparent person. I think most people know a lot about me.
I don't think so. But can you just think of one little tweet that you can have, just real quick?
That people don't know about me?
Yes.
Very emotional.
So how do you deal with negative press?
I have my own defense mechanisms. I think that it depends on what the negative press is about. If it has to do with business, we would basically set up as a team, see what the implications on our business is, and then respond. Now, more pieces here that are interesting. Obviously, this is the Doba, and of course, you can see the Emir of Kano, different excerpts of the Doba. A great piece out here by Leason. But this is particularly interesting, and I think it's interesting and it's one of my favorites. We normally have the marathon every year, and this is actually the marathon live, captured by the drones. So these are people. Last year we had well over 200,000 people running. So these are all people, but I think this is on the 10-kilometer stretch. So it was captured by the drone, and if you don't look well, you can't tell. But this is straight from the last marathon.
All right, this is a huge space. You're definitely a successful man.
So now, so we see my country people, it just on and on and on and on. And all television stations, both locally and internationally, they have been talking about his achievements, what he loved doing, and what or how a kind of a personality and all of that. And different, all Nigeria leaders have been deliberating about his achievement and about his person. And religious leaders as well have been talking about his how he can give, what he can give, and all those one loves everything about giving. So, but little do we hear about anyone talk about how we can be able to learn from this horrible story. Tragic story. Yes, it's a tragic story. This tragic passing away of Herbert Wigwe. This is the CEO of Access Bank PLC, and he has been described with deep sorrow and shock. He was involved in a helicopter crash on February 9, 2024, while on his way to attend Super Bowl LVII. Now sports, matter of sport, in Las Vegas. This event has been a significant loss to the whole Nigeria, to Nigeria banking industry and country as a whole, as we have seen. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has also expressed he has expressed that Mr. Wigwe death was an overwhelming tragedy, and it is a terrible blow for Nigeria and Africa banking industry. And so it describe how the way you see the whole matter. The incident not only claimed the life of Herbert Wigwe, but also his wife and his son, and other individuals. There were since a number, my people. The nation mourns since that day, that on the 9th. Nation has been mourned. Nigeria has been mourned. The mourn for that loss of this prominent indeed is a prominent figure who has contributed greatly to the banking sector and has plans for educational initiatives. The question now is that how can we learn from an horrific situation like this, tragic condition like this? How is it going to teach us lesson? How is we going to learn from this? That will be, I believe that's supposed to be the question we all should be asking, so that issue like this will not repeat itself. Let's listen to Dr. Charles Apoke. I believe he have an answer to this question.
I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoke. One of the most tragic events that has taken place in this country, or it happened outside the country but has affected this country, is the death of Herbert Wigwe, his wife, and his son. But there are so many lessons to be learned and a lot of reflection to be done. Nobody is doing this, people like me, nobody is doing these videos to trend. I've done videos on my life that have trended, are still trending. But we need to draw some lessons when things happen. The Bible says it is better to go to the house of mourning to go to the house of rejoicing. Because in the house of mourning, there will be a time for reflection. I had been watching the advert of Wigwe University on CNN, and I never saw his face really. I didn't recognize his face, but one was wondering who was building this kind of institution. And then we heard that there was a helicopter crash in the United States. And then subsequently, we found out that it was this family. I later realized that he was a Christian and a very generous person that affected humanity. The essence of our lives is humanity. the essence of religion is humanity. Any religion that does not have humanity as the central focus is empty, it is wicked. But the death of this illustrious Nigerian brought some things to the fore that I want to talk about. And I've talked about others, but this one affected me so much. And it is the tribute paid by the 14th Emir of Kano, Lamido, His Royal Highness or Majesty, Lamido Sanusi the second, the 14th Emir of Kano. One of the things that was very outstanding that I saw, it is a pleasure to see an enlightened, exposed, and educated northern Nigerian Muslim speak. The clarity of his speech, the delivery, the humanity is unprecedented in recent Nigerian history. And he was talking about how Herbert Wigwe came to his aid, how they associated, how they talked about the economy of Nigeria and the plans they made to revitalize the economy of Nigeria through the banking sector. But the most touching aspect was the relationship he cultivated with Herbert Wigwe and how he came to his rescue when he was to go on exile. And the emir wept. I shed tears too. The emir wept. He spoke from the bottom of his heart about how Herbert Wigwe sent a private jet to come and carry him from Kano Airport to Lagos, how he accommodated his family, found in a hotel, then found accommodation for them and took care of them, and how he established a trust and told Herbert Wigwe that in case he dies before him, that he knows that he will help him train his children, according to him that we are many. What are the lessons that we can draw here from here? Herbert Wigwe showed humanity. These were people of different religious backgrounds. One was a Christian, a Pentecostal Christian, maybe a pastor in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. And this was a leader of an Islamic sect that is spread around West Africa. Somewhere I saw it, up to 50 million people pay loyalty to him. But the Christian saw that his friend, his colleague, his associate, his business, his professional colleague was dethroned by his own people, his fellow Muslims. Instead of leaving him to suffer, he sent a private jet to carry him and took care of him. That is humanity. Just like there was something that happened in America, and a church opened their doors for Muslims to come and worship and took care of them. Just like an Islamic cleric that saved Christians in a mosque from assassins, bandits. That is humanity. That is the essence of religion. But in recent Nigerian history, we have found clergymen, clerics, asking that the wife of the president of the Federal Republic should be killed because she was a Christian. Ironically, somebody who is in charge of security was in that same mosque laughing. What the emir demonstrated and what Wigwe demonstrated is a replica of what Nigeria used to be, what we knew Nigeria for. It's a replica of how Alex Ekweme left his properties in Lagos, and the owner of FCMB collected rent for him throughout the Civil War and returned the money to him and his property without losing a penny. And then when he needed a license for a bank, Alex Ekweme was able to call a meeting that approved that banking license. An Igbo man and a Yoruba man. That was the country we knew and the country we hope we can hand over to our children and our grandchildren. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. And the emir forgot about royalty. He became a human being and he shed tears. There were some other things that happened. As the emir shed tears, I saw somebody go stand near him. It was the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, an Igbo man, standing with a Fulani, Hausa Fulani man or a Fulani man to comfort him while consoling somebody from River State. That's the nation we hope for. That's the nation we are desiring. That's humanity. Then the next thing I noticed was that the emir, when Wigwe was attacked in a platform that they belonged to mutually, Wigwe was not dead. The emir stood to defend him in his absence. And when a text message was sent to Wigwe concerning the defense that the emir did on his behalf, he said, unbelievable. That is to say, all that he was doing, he was not doing it expecting anything in return. That is humanity. And the emir wept, just like Jesus wept. When Lazarus died and he got to where they kept Lazarus, he wept. That's the sign of love. That's this respect for humanity. That's the reciprocity of humanity. And the guards of the attendants of the emir went and covered him with their robes so that they would not see royalty weep. But royalty was not concerned. He was just being human. He was showing his humanity. All this politics of I will kill you, I will destroy you. Do you know who I am? Bang, bang, bang. I will finish you. I will have arrested Obi in Kaduna, the Nigerian Defense Academy or whatever here. So yeah, I will have arrested Obi. What kind of human beings are you? What kind of human beings? When you categorize a tribe as being less than cows, which kind of human beings are you? Do you have humanity? Do you have humanity? The emir of Kano displayed elitism, education, exposure, and another E I have forgotten. He displayed these qualities that are qualities of humanity. Humanity is being humane, being compassionate, being there when somebody needs you the most. Now, there are some other things that came to my mind. The elite, the educated, the number one elite, 2 educated, 3 exposed, 4 enlightened citizens of the world don't play the religious card. They don't play the regional card. They display humanity in one aspect. Then you have the other extreme end that are vicious, selfish, wicked, and narcissists. They always think of themselves. And all these manifested in that singular ceremony or activities that surrounded the death of Wigwe. One of the things I found out was that at 3:30 a.m., the emir was awake, chatting in a WhatsApp group, and was sending messages. They were sending messages to themselves. So the rich don't sleep. The rich don't sleep like the poor. Imagine the emir being awake 3:30 a.m. And according to him, most probably the last message Wigwe read before the crash was his message from the WhatsApp group and the assurance that he was standing behind him and covering his back when he was not there. Can we do that for ourselves in our own tribes or in our own denominations? Remember, I did a post of nobody cares, but the truth of the matter, the elites care about themselves. The emir was in a church service, a service of songs. He was there. He did not care whether he was a Muslim. While some Muslims are burning down churches and killing Christians, when Jim Wobodo married, Rimi was in the church service. Rimi was in the church service. These people don't, the elites, the enlightened, the exposed, and the educated, they don't care about this your religious fanaticism and differences. There are things they care about that I might not say here. They don't care. It is you poor people that know whether somebody is Orthodox Christian, somebody is Aladura, somebody is Anglican, somebody is Pentecostal, somebody is a Muslim, somebody is Hindu. They don't care. These people don't care. They don't care. Elitism is a phenomenon. And if you have not entered into that realm, you won't understand. Now, one thing I found that the elites have a common language. Oh, I forgot to mention Dangote. Dangote was there. I think he said, I overheard that they wanted to name his refinery after Wigwe, his friend. So these people, there is a way they interact. They interact at a level beyond competition and hatred and wickedness to a level of complementing each other, recognizing each other, and helping themselves while the poor kill themselves. Because the rich speak only one language, and their language is value, and money is the medium of exchange of value, and money has a universal language. But at the same time, we saw the extreme of the wickedness of man. The governor of Rivers State came up and talked about why the struggles. Look at all the projects, the recognition, the wealth, and everything, and that Wigwe died and left them. Then somebody else came out and was talking about how he wanted to be deputy governor. If you don't want to struggle, leave. For people like Akpabio, politics is everything. Politics, people, anything can happen to any person. You can tell lies, you can cheat, you can rig elections that you didn't contest, you can suppress people with the judiciary and anything. You can tell people to off the microphone just to stay in power and gain wealth and gain relevance. But the truth of the matter, time is an impartial judge. We all will go that pathway, and there's nothing we will take away from this world. It's only to be remembered by what we have done. Humanity is the essence of existence. And Lamido wept just as Jesus wept, because he had humanity in his heart, and he was reciprocating the humanity that Wigwe demonstrated. I'm greatly challenged, but at the same time, I am humbled. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. We're not doing these videos to trend. I'm a popular person already. I'm a rich man. We're doing these videos to educate people. God bless you. Share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel.